Hello and welcome to the Last Greenhorn Show. Getting to the next part on the PS3 collection. If you haven't seen the first part, then click here. So let's just move on. Sorry for the delay again, but just a busy person. Moving on from the first video, we have the God of War Origins Collection. This is basically the PSP ones that got released on the handheld PlayStation Portable and just remastered onto the PS3. And inside, is it really worth it? I'd say it's worth it if you're a God of War fan. Now, the graphics are nothing amazing or anything like that, but as I said, the graphics don't matter. But it's a good game. I prefer Ghost of Sparta the most. It's really good. Now, even Chains of Olympus, which it comes with, you can see it in the names, comes with both, but as I said, they're both good. I platinumed them both. Really great game. So, yeah, check it out if you're a God of War fan. Moving on. God of War Saga. Now, I did have the original ones now. This is this comes with the God of War collection and God of War 3. Here's the inside. Here's the other disc. Back. Now, I personally really like this cover art design, this whole white and gold design. I really like it a lot. Basically, this comes with God of War 3 and God of War 1 and 2 HD Remastered. It also comes with God of War the Origins collection I just showed you, but they're DLC. So you don't get an actual physically on the disc. So if you want it physically on the disc, you got to go get that Origins collection. But I said it just comes with 1, 2, and 3 all on disc. So that's the major reason the reason I got this and didn't keep the other ones, because I did have God of War 3 and the God of War collection, but they were both separate cases. So I bought this to save space to add an extra game on my shelf. So yeah, God of War collection, great. If you already have like the regular single box versions, there's no reason to really buy this unless you're going to do what I did and try to save space by buying one that holds both. Also, the fact that the cover art, like I said, I really like this gold and white design. I actually hope that they keep going with this process. Moving on. Gran Turismo 6. I don't really have much to say about this. I actually been very disappointed with Gran Turismo as of late. I got majorly disappointed with 6 a lot. Now, I probably would have enjoyed it if I bought it day one like everyone else, but when I bought this one, it had so many updates, and then the updates were a complete disaster, where you had to update every individual one specifically and design-wise, because if you didn't do it right, the game wouldn't work. It was just, that's just how terrible, that's how bad they're getting with Gran Turismo. They're getting to the point where they don't even give a fuck. They just release updates and keep adding features, stuff that should have been already in the game to begin with right as you bought it. Nextly, they're not listening to fans, and they're not really improving the series. They keep doing stupid stuff. Like, they still have it where you have to get paint from winning or something like that, and get a paint bucket, and then you use that paint bucket to paint your car. Now, I don't understand that concept. Just allow me to paint whatever cars I want. I'm sure no competition in real. This is a simulator, so I should be able to just walk into a store and buy paint. I should not have to win it or earn it. So, and then there's just other problems. When you get to the main hub and the main menu, it has a loading screen. You have to wait for stuff to pop up on the front hub screen. That's probably one of my pet peeves right there, is when something simple in a game should just be able to just load. There's a loading screen for simple stuff, like main menu, or hitting the pause button, or looking at your status screen. I've seen loading screens for all these things. These are not something that should be a loading screen. It should just be able to quick access and get out. So, yeah, Gran Turismo 6, I'm really hoping they fix the Gran Turismo series in the 7. To be honest with you, the main director guy, I think, honestly, I forget his name, but, he's one really dragging the series down. I'm sure that he's really passionate about game design. I'm sure he's really passionate about cars and stuff like that, but also his passion can be also a downfall. He's obsessed with making this the most realistic simulator racer out there, which it already is. So, you're forgetting what the main thing with this is. It's a video game. It's supposed to play like a video game. So I really hope that they fix the series, and if they have to, fire the guy, because I mean, he's just become obsessed with this ideal. So, now, if you want my opinion, get Gran Turismo 5, the XL edition, because it comes with all the updates and some of the DLCs already on the disc. So, Gran Turismo 6 is not really worth it. It's a big letdown in my book. It's graphically enhanced, and it's got like over 1,000 cars, but like I said, a lot of them don't even have cockpit views. Some of them just still have that stupid design where it's all black in the inside. Like I said, again, they're being stupid with the Gran Turismo series. And I really hope that it gets back on the stack of road, because Forza's really nailing them on actually making a proper racing fun game. It's maybe not the most realistic racing simulator, but it's a fun game. Because, you know, a video game's supposed to be fun. Apparently that just flew out of their heads when it got to Gran Turismo 5 and 6. So go look up Gran Turismo 5 XL Edition. It's more well worth it than that. Moving on. Heavenly Sword. Basically God of War, but with a female. Good game. A lot of people were really wanting a sequel to this. I have played a little bit of this. There's just one thing I just really don't like, and it's probably another one of my pet peeves again, is I really don't like games that make chapters, not by chapters, let's say episodes. So basically, like when you play it, it's like a chapter, and when you beat that, it's like an episode, and then you get taken back to the main menu, and you gotta pick episode 2, and then you beat that, and then you pick episode 3. I don't like that. That breaks the immersion of the game completely for me, because it's like, it's a video game. Make it one whole story. Don't make episodes. Episodes really only, to me, really apply when you're playing like maybe like a handheld game or something like that. Because it's like that's a good stopping point for somebody. It's like, hey, I made it to episode 2, let's stop. But when it comes to a console game, that stuff should not even be there. It's like a movie. You watch it and you play all the way through. You stop when you want to stop, and you hit the pause button. That's how it's supposed to work. So that's a really big pet peeve of mine. It really is. Most games that actually have that function, I can never beat, because it just ruins the game for me that much. I know it sounds like a silly thing, but it's just a pet peeve of mine, just like loading screens. I haven't really played Gran Turismo 6 because it's got loading screens for almost everything you do. So I can't play it because it annoys the hell out of me. That's just something I just can't get over. So check out Heavenly Sword, though. It's a good game. It's got great acting, great graphics, great gameplay. It's got some good concepts to it. I've played a little bit of it, so I can at least recommend it to you. And it's a PlayStation exclusive for PS3. So they actually have a movie. If you want to look up, there's actually a movie of this. I know. I think it's on Netflix still. Now here's a game that I really hope that comes to PS4. Hot Shot Golf. Out of Bounds. Now I love the Hot Shot Golf series, which in Japan I believe it's called Everybody's Golf, or Everyone Golf, something like that. It's the inside. I love the Hot Shot Golf series, period. It's one of my most favorite PlayStation series. And this is the last console version of Hot Shot Golf. Now they did release Hot Shot Golf World Tournament, I think it is, and it was a PS Vita one, and they did release it onto the console. But it was only ever released in Japan. It never came out in Europe. It never came out on an American console. Now I think you can digitally download it and play it that way, but there's no physical copy. Which no physical copy to me, it doesn't exist. Digital is just code and numbers. So Hot Shot Golf. If you ever played the series, please play it because it's one of the best PlayStation exclusive series out there. To this day, it's one of my most reasons to play a PlayStation, is to play Hot Shot Golf. So, yeah, if you've never played it, then go play it, because, it's well worth it if you own a PlayStation. It's been there since the original PS1, PS2, PS3. So, that's why I hope it comes with the PS4, because it's worthy of being on the PS4. Now, here's a game that people are going to be really upset, but, ICO and Shadow of the Colossus. The collection. Now why I say you're going to be really upset is I've never beaten any one of these. Now I played a little bit of it. I just don't get into it that much. I was never a big fan of I wouldn't say not a big fan. Just just never could really dedicate much time to it. I already know, it's already spoilers for me, I already know everything about ICO and Shadow of the Colossus and the endings and stuff like that. But I just never really played them. Maybe because that's the bummer part, is the fact that I already know what's going to happen at the end. But yeah, I never got around to playing them. No, they're not bad games. Nowhere near. Now, I don't have no connection with them like people who played in the PS2 days, but hopefully, like, maybe I can play The Last Guardian when that comes out. I just hope that people don't have too much high expectations on that game, Last Guardian. I don't have no expectations to it whatsoever, but that's because I never played these. I just don't see it living up to everyone's expectations. Now, I'm going to say it's just going to be an okay game. But, that's just my opinion. Moving on. Infamous. The Infamous Collection. There's the inside. Disc 2. Disc 1. Back. Basically, like I said, I love the white and gold. I had Infamous 1 and 2, but they released this one, which didn't come. It came with the Blood Festival DLC, but it was not on disc. I was really disappointed with that. But it gives me one case that holds both 1 and 2 Infamous. So it was a buy for me to put it up there. And I love the gold and white design. I really, really love this gold and white design. But yeah, it's Infamous. Great games, great exclusives. I preferably say the first one's the best one in story-wise, and the second one's got the best gameplay. But I still will always play the first one because something about that one has a great charm to it. But the second one, I really like certain aspects of it. I just got really disappointed with the story-wise after the second. I love the conspiracy stuff going on in the first one. And then the second one had this whole fusion power thing. And then you had this... I'm not going to spoil it if you've never played them. But I was kind of disappointed where the story went in the second one. And I'll talk about the other one, the sequel, when I get to that point. But yeah, check out Infamous. It's a great game. Great collection, especially if you own PlayStation 3. Moving on. Jak and Daxter HD Collection. Inside. Back. Oh. Back. Now, a lot of people love the Jak and Daxter series, and I fully respect that. But I've never really played 1, 2, and 3. To be honest with you, I didn't like the change. I was never a big fan of the whole name change of it. I really liked the first one. I've platinumed the first one. The first one's the best one out there, to my personal opinion. 2 and 3 were great. I probably wouldn't have minded, but they went with this whole Grand Theft Auto style where you got this open world and you're kicking people, taking vehicles and stuff like that. And if anybody knows me, I'm not a big fan of Grand Theft Auto. It's an okay game, but it's just boring as hell. Just really, really boring game. And that's kind of what I get with Jak 2 and 3. It's just really, really boring. I mean, it's like, a lot of people are obsessed with this whole idea that everything needs to be open world. And I know Jak and Daxter, the first one, was open world, but I liked its well-constructed platforms. They weren't really open world. It just had well-designed sections that were all interconnected. But with Jak and 2 and 3, it's just this expanded open world like Grand Theft Auto with vehicles driving by and you capture it. I don't get into that concept. I like well-designed structural open world where it's like Dark Souls, where it's not fully ranged open, but at least every area felt something special and uniquely designed. But 2 and 3, I played a little bit of 2. I got really, really bored with it. 3, I have not really touched, but 1, great game. It's it's worthy just to play the first one. The first one's amazing. So yeah, I know a lot of people really love the Jak and Daxter series, and I really like Jak and Daxter series too as well. I just like the first one. I don't like the second one, and I hope to God if they make another one, go back to the original first one. Don't make 2 and 3, please. Love the God, just let those die out. We already have enough of those guns and blazing explosion ones in the Grand Theft Auto style games. Go back to the first one, which the platforming, the more how do you say, creative design. Moving on though, I'm sure a lot of people are not gonna be pleased with my comment about that. The Journey Collection, which if you're like me, you don't do DLC, period. And I really wanted to play the Journey game and Flower, but they were DLC only, and it's just how I am. I don't spend money on something that's just DLC. Very, very rarely will I ever do that. But the Journey collection came with Journey, Flower, and Flow. And wow, Journey is an amazing game. It's beautiful. One of the most worthy of games to play on the PS3, and it's on the PS4 now. Flower is also amazing, and it's on PS3 and PS4. I really enjoyed Flower. That is a very smooth, soothing, and very artistically styled and graphically beautiful game. Same thing with Journey. Journey just blew me away, the concept of it. And just the deserts, the journey to the end, and then repeat the process. It amazed me to the very end. Flows, alright, it's not something amazing, but it's got some very just artistic designs that I really appreciated. That game company, which is the company who made all 3 games, definitely are very artistic, and I really admire their collections, and I hope to God that they release whatever they release again, hopefully comes out in physical form. But if you didn't know, this game actually comes with 3 other smaller DLC games, which are not bad. It's just like, I guess, something simple. It's kind of neat because they show these simple 3 little games that almost anybody could have created. They're not very artistically designed like Journey and Flower. So yeah, check it out. If you're like me and you like physical copies, they do have a physical copy of Flower and Journey. And Flow, if you really like that. I don't think there's a physical copy on PS4 yet. Hope to God there will be. Moving on. Killzone Trilogy. There. Bat. Inside. Disc 1, Disc 2. The back of it. Again, I had 2 and 3, but I saw this and I bought this. So, and the main reason I also really wanted to get this, because of course I love the gold and white and 1 box, but it also came with the original first Killzone HD remade, and it, comes with it comes on the on disc with the second one. So you get, but it's installed. You install Killzone 1 to play it. It doesn't read off the disc, which I don't see why anyone would care about that. But great games. I really like Killzone series. I really liked the concepts of it. I liked the nit and gritty of the game. It's not the most amazing series in the world, but it's definitely one of a PlayStation proud series that I'm glad to play. A lot of people don't seem to like Killzone. I don't understand why. It's graphically impressive. It's not any different than any other FPS. Heck, it's very strategic and it's a multiplayer. It's maybe not 60 frames per second, and it doesn't have the high flyingness of it, but it's still got a lot of strategicness, a lot of depth to it, a lot of characteristics to it. Now, this is a great game to play on Killzone, and no matter what anyone tells you, Killzone is an amazing game. Maybe just because it didn't live up to expectations of so many people. People seem to have such ridiculous expectations out of games. So much expectations that no game developer could ever met. I remember I used to be that way too, so I can't really judge. I got to the point where I just don't care anymore. I just want to play games. As long as they work, that's all I ask. Work and it's 100% complete with all the DLCs on it. Because no more DLCs. That shit needs to leave. But, like I said, unless you're indie, I understand why you can't do physical. Yeah. Unless you get really, really popular and sell millions and millions of copies on DLC, you better make a physical release of your game. But, so like I said, just try out Killzone. It's a really good game. It's got some good campaigns, a good story. So, check it out. Well worth it. I gotta fix something real quick. Sorry. It's gonna fall over. Moving on. Here's a sad story game, but also a pretty good game to at least somebody when they disappeared. And that is Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. Now, by why I say it's sad is, this is the, what was it, the big studio? Yeah, Big Huge Games. And 38 Studios is one and only AAA release game. This is a pretty good game. To me, this is like a good substitute if you don't like the 360 and you don't really care for Fable. This is a good substitute to me to the idea of a Fable game on the PS3. Now, it's a good game, great graphics, great... I can't really say because I never really beat the game. But, I got close. But it's just, it got really repetitive, and if you're going to play this game, you better put it on the hardest difficulty there is right off the bat. And you got to kind of purposely try to not make yourself OP if you still want to have a challenge in this game, because you can make yourself a god really early in this game, and nothing will stand in your way. That's the only really problem with this game, was the fact that it was just really, really easy. Now, also, the really other problem with this game is, I was expecting more enemy designs. I found it a little disappointing when you start in the woodland area and then you go to the desert area and you come across enemies that are the exact same enemies you fought in the woodland area. It's kind of a little disappointing. But yeah, check out Reckoning if you can. It's a good game. Not a bad game whatsoever. Moving on. Kingdom Hearts 1.5. The back of it. Inside. Another game is going to upset people. I've never beat a Kingdom Hearts game. Not one of them. And I bought this in hope to desire this would be my point to actually beat a Kingdom Hearts game, and I just lost interest. I have not came back to it. I really should, and I will try at some point, but I know Kingdom Hearts is an amazing game. It's really good games. Don't overlook them. Now, Kingdom Hearts 3 will be coming out on PS3 and not PS3, but PS4 and Xbox One. I think sometime next year. Probably even later. Who knows? People's been waiting for a long time for a sequel. But it's just, I do believe that these HD remakes will come out on PS4 at some point, just like a one-disc copy, kind of like Kingdom Hearts 10 HD. Kingdom Hearts. Final Fantasy X HD remake. They did that on PS4 release. I expect that they're going to do an HD remake of that as well on the PS4 with 1 and 2. And I believe it will be on Xbox One, the HD remake. Because they're going to have Kingdom Hearts 3 on Xbox One, but you've never played 1 and 2. So it just seems a little dumb. But yeah, check it out. Kingdom Hearts. If you've never have. And here's the sequel, Kingdom Hearts 2 HD remake. No, I have not beat this one either. I got less time in this one. There it is. Basically the same game, just continue with the story. Maybe got some improvements here and there. Don't want to make this video too long. Now here's a great game, and that is Little Big Planet Game of the Year Edition. Basically, this is if you're gonna buy this version because it comes with some of the DLCs on the disc, and it comes with some user-generated content already on the disc as well, like the most popular levels that people's created. Little Big Planet is an amazing platformer that got released on the PS3, and it's still amazing to stay. The first one's, to my opinion, still the best one in their campaign story, but still, it's a great game, and anybody should really play it if you have a PlayStation 3. The worst part is that I can never create anything in this game. You really got to put some dedication to the game creating in this. It's just something I thought I would really get into it, but I just didn't. But it's still great to play, and it's great to play other people's creations, because some people are really creative, and they make me feel bad because I wish I was creative like that. But check it out, Little Big Planet Game of the Year Edition, and of course Little Big Planet game Special Edition, Little Big Planet 2, sorry. Which this one comes with the DLCs on the disc. So there's the back of it. So, like I said, it's a better improvement. I don't think the campaign is good as the first one, but it also got to recommend that Little Big Planet's got some amazing music in it. So, yeah, it's just a better improvement. Fixed some features, added some stuff. So, it's basically just an improvement, what you expect from a sequel. Moving on. Love and hate story here. Mass Effect Trilogy. There's the back of it. If you want to see the inside of it, basically it folds out like this. See if you can see it like that. I don't know if you can see Master Shepard in the back. There's Normandy in the back. There's N7. Opens up like that. There's the other side. Basically, this was the main reason to buy this, because I already owned 1 and 2, was the fact that it came with Mass Effect, the original first one. This is the only way you can actually get the first one physically on the PS3, because everyone recalls that the first one ever came out on the Xbox 360. So if you buy this, you get 1, 2, and 3 physically, and the first one comes with all the DLCs on disc. Now the second one does not come with the DLCs on disc, so boo to EA. Now also Mass Effect 3 doesn't come with any of the DLCs. So, but yeah, Mass Effect is an amazing series, and I played it to the very end. I had a male and female Shepard. I love 1 and 2 so much. I love the third one, but that ending. I know so many people's made videos and talked about this, but you've never thought somebody would tell you that the last 10 minutes of a game could actually completely destroy an entire series. And I would have told them that that's so wrong. But once you've played Mass Effect 3 and you saw that ending, you can't recover. And then they try to release some DLC, like try to fix the ending, and it just made it, to me, it kind of just, the damage is done. And then their fix-up didn't do anything. It still was bad. They didn't fix the things that were bad. And it also upset me when they kept trying to say that we don't want to change our artistic vision on the third's ending. It's not artistic vision when you sit there and copied and paste the ending to the Deus Ex the Deus Ex, that one that came out on PS2. I forget its name, but that was almost identical to the ending of that one. You can't say it's creative when you just copycatted another game's ending. So, I say it's just a great game, great series. If you can ignore the ending, that's great. But if you're like me and you kept up with everything about Mass Effect and you see all the lies and bullshit that they did to the third one, everything they said that would not happen at the ending did happen at the ending. So you just can't get over something like that. And then now they're releasing Mass Effect 4 here soon, and I probably will not buy that day one. I will probably wait till I can get that really cheap, really used, because I don't forgive them to that ending, and I just hate the fact that they lied to me, lied to everyone, and they're trying to make an excuse of artistic vision, which is not artistic vision when you're copying an ending to another game. Maybe they may not even know. I don't think so with all those people playing it and this kind of game. There's no way you could have not known. And nextly, I don't believe a game is artistic or art when it comes with an update or DLC. If you get one of those, it's no longer art. Because then you can't update, or you can't add on to art. Art is done. Art is made. Art is complete. You can't alter it. You can't name... This is a different video, but I'm just trying to say that... So it's not artistic. You should have just fixed the ending and made a proper ending. But hey, if you didn't like the ending of Mass Effect 3, there's a theory out there that you're slowly being indoctrinated. Check out that out. It's really worth a watch because it will blow your mind. And to be honest with you, it makes the third one's ending a lot better. Yes, it kind of makes you a little sad on the ending, but it's a lot better than what we got. Moving on. If you want me to talk about some more of my opinions on certain things, just ask, and I'll make videos and explaining my opinions and views on stuff. But moving on. Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance. And this come with the game disc and the soundtrack. I just don't like the fact. Here's the back of it. It's like a Walmart Lego. I hate logos like that, Walmart and stuff like that. It's like, I don't want Walmart on my game case. But another game that some people really hated for some reason. I'm a fan of Metal Gear Solid. I love all the Metal Gear games, and this is a great game. It's actually canon. It is story. Hideo Kojima did write the story to this game. So, you can't just go off and say it's not canon, because, he made it. Just some other team developed the game, and he wrote the story. He probably had some other help with the story. I just don't remember who those names were. But yeah, great game. Great high-speed action. Great ninja gameplay. Great game. It's really worth a game to play. But any Metal Gear fan should play this game. And it's got some neat stuff to it. Moving on. Of course, since I showed Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid The Legacy Collection, which comes with Metal Gear Solid 4 and Metal Gear Solid the HD Remake, which has got HD Remake of Peace Walker, HD Remake of Metal Gear Solid 3, and HD Remake of Metal Gear Solid 2, and it comes with Metal Gear 1 and 2 that got released on the NES. You just gotta find it. It's on the Metal Gear Solid 3. You gotta pick Metal Gear Solid 3, and then you go down to like collections, and you should see Metal Gear 2. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid series, I could spend all day talking about this game. Great game, great stealth game, one of the greatest series ever created. I love Metal Gear Solid. I love them all. So, play Metal Gear Solid if you've never have. If you haven't, then shame on you. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid collection. I gotta speed this video up. Okay. Now, great, but disappointing. Midway to Arcade Origins. Comes with many arcade or Midway arcade games. The back of it. It's got like Defender, Defender, Gauntlet, Joust, Pit Fighters, Marble Madness, Spy Hunter, Smash TV. I just was disappointed the fact that they could have fit a lot more on this disc. And there's like only like, I don't know, 30 games. That's about it. 30, maybe a little above 30. You could totally fit more than 30 games of old arcade games like this on the disc. You could fit them, probably them all on this disc. So, great game. I love classic games. Joust is the main reason I bought that, because I love Joust. Joust, the original one, is my most favorite arcade game. Moving on. Now, here's a game that I'm ashamed of myself, and I'm ashamed that all the gamers out there didn't get this proper love. Mini Ninjas. This game, I actually didn't know of this until way later in my life. And I did see it, and it was still like at $30 or $40, and I still didn't buy it. But now I bought it like at $10, and man, this game's amazing. I would have bought this $60 when it first released, because this game's amazing. I'll show you the inside of it. Now, it does have some disappointments to it, but then graphically, it's got ageless graphics. The graphics in this game could never get old. The detail and the characters are amazing. The story, not something epic, but I do believe it's got a good concept behind it. I love the fact that you can go in there and all charging and fighting everybody, or you can go through the entire game with trying to avoid getting detected. That's amazing to see in a game like this. The only problem I had with this game is there's like 4 characters you can select from. You got like the main ninja character, you got a female ninja, and you got like a big broody ninja, and then you got some ninja that shoots arrows. And then you have a couple, actually I think there's more than that. When I think about it, it's probably more than 4. The problem that I had was there was really no reason to play these other ninjas. The only ones you really had to play was him, the main ninja, and the ninja with the hammer. Because every other ninja you didn't really need to play as. So it's like, why are they here again? Because you only had to. The reason you had to play the hammer dude was because the big ninja was because there were some enemies that your weak little sword was not able to penetrate. So you used the big guy to knock him, like beat them, and then as you beat them, you just switch back to your original ninja. I just never understood the reason to play it. And if they were to say, hey, we just want to have a female character out there, that's fine and everything, but the female character can't do certain things that the male character can do. So it's a little disappointing if you're a girl and wanted to play as a girl, because then you still had to go back to him to play it uses power moves. It would have just been cool if they just had at the beginning of the game, you could play, either choose like play as a female or male, and then just had your big broody friend there. It would have just been a little bit more smoother in gameplay wise. But yeah, check out Mini Ninjas. I'm trying not to explain all that, but Mini Ninjas, great game. Check it out. Trust me, it's well worth it. There's a game that a lot of people love, and I would love to see a sequel to. Modnation Racers. This game is the most creative game I have ever seen. The artistic designs that people make in this game are amazing. This is a very cult followed game here. People still play this and still create stuff for this game. Man, there's a lot of creations in this game, and you can build your own tracks, you can build your own car, you can build your own character. It's got some great gameplay. It's got great graphics. Man, that's why I always say that PlayStation always releases such amazingly underlooked games, and just because they didn't live up to everyone's expectations. And oftenly, PlayStation releases games that if they had the Nintendo logo on it, people probably would have just loved it no matter what. I oftenly say this because there's like something like Modnation Racers. This does not get enough love. It is a great racing game. If it had the Nintendo logo on it, it'd probably been one of Nintendo's new flagship games. I don't understand why this happens a lot with PlayStation games. People would say it's not advertising the game very much, but there's other games that they don't really advertise, but they got a lot of love, like Demon's Souls. Yes, that game had terrible advertisement. There was hardly any games. When that first released, it was really hard to get a copy. But then it just became really popular by word of mouth. So advertising really doesn't really need it much anymore. Due to the fact that you could just have the audience do all the advertising for you. But yeah, Modnation Racers, check it out. It's a great game on your PS3. Trust me. Moving on. I imported this game, and that is Monkey Island, which comes with the Special Edition Collection, which comes with 1 and 2, like, all HD remade and stuff like that, special graphics, enhancements, and stuff like that. Now, this is the point-and-click adventure. Now, this they never released in America. The only way you can get this is to ship it from Europe. It's a Power Region game, which will work on the PS3. But yeah, I got this because, man, it's not really easy to come across physical copies of this game. And on a console. And like I said, man, it had full graphics enhancements. And this is probably, I think, one of the last games from LucasArts. This is going to be one of their last games that they ever produce and will ever produce. So yeah, check out Monkey's Island. Check it out. I haven't really played too much of it, but it's a cult classic game right there, and I'm glad to have it. Now here's a game that's amazing that I played a lot of when I first released. And that is Motorstorm. Motorstorm is another overlooked racing game from PS3. And they got lots of exclusives that get overlooked on consoles. And Motorstorm is a great game. I love the original first one so much. I love the music. I love the artistic designs. I love all the car designs. I love this game so much. I love the mud effects. And this is probably one of my most favorite racing games on the PS3. Man, it's a great game. Check it out. It's amazing. Now, the problem with this game was when you got, like, I think people were expecting more in the game, and even I was disappointed when I first released. But now that I've replayed it and stuff like that, and just become with more of an understanding mind, it's a great game. Check out Motorstorm. You can get it really cheap now. Moving on. Great game again. Ninja Gaiden Sigma, which basically this is making of the game, and or behind the scenes, not really making of the game, and then game disc and the manuals behind there. At the back of it. Ninja Gaiden's a great game. It's a high-flying ninja action game. It's not really a ninja because you're not playing any stealth in this game, but it's a flashy hack and slash. Tough game too. One of the hardest games ever created on console. But yeah, check out Ninja Gaiden. It's an amazing game, and there's not much I can really explain. This game has had many versions of it. There's lots of them on the Xbox. And I don't know if this ever got released on Xbox 360, the Ninja Gaiden Sigma. I think this is a PlayStation exclusive. I'm not 100% sure. This version here, anyway. Not the game itself, because there's like several versions of it on the original Xbox. But yeah, check it out. Great game. Moving on. Not as good as the first one, but Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, which this did get released on Xbox 360. Is the inside. It's a great game, same thing, certain things improved. I don't think it's as good as the first one, but it's still at least a half-decent game. Now, I heard that I've never played the third one, but I heard it's terrible. So, I don't know. I had to check it out at some point. I think they did re-release it, and they called it Razor's Edge, Ninja Gaiden Razor's Edge, and they fixed a lot of the problems, but I still haven't gotten into it. So, I'll check it out later in my life. Here's another PlayStation exclusive, and it's not really overlooked, but I don't hear a lot of people talk about it, and that's Ni no Kuni, The Wrath of the White Witch. This is an RPG from Level 5 Studios. If you don't know Level 5, they created the Dark Cloud series and Rogue Galaxy. I think they got a couple other series I'm not thinking of. This is a kind of like a monster catcher kind of RPG style, kind of like Pokemon, but not really Pokemon. It's a great game. I just never got really into the story. It's very cutesy, and I like cutesy stuff, but sometimes when it feels like you're beating me over the head with it, I just can't get interested into it. But yeah, it's a great game if you're into this kinds of stuff and this artistic style. It's a great game. It's very beautiful. Just my little pet peeve that I couldn't really play it. But check it out. It's a great game on the PlayStation. It's exclusive only on the PlayStation 3. It's one of those rare RPGs. They never really get releases of JRPGs. Moving on. Now here's an imported game, and I'm really glad because this is an amazing game and very overlooked. And hopefully I'm saying the name right because the name's not right in front of me. And it's Okami HD Remake. This is a PS2 game. They got HD remade. This got shipped from Japan. It shows Japanese, and it's all in Japanese right here in the back. But once you play the game, the main cutscene that happens like the first intro is in Japanese. But right as you hit the start button and hit play, or even the main menu, is all in English. Everything's in English. It'll even play that intro again at the beginning that was all in Japanese, all in English. So you have no worries about that. So this game, even though the box art, the current side, the inside of it, and everything, it's all Japanese. Everything's Japanese. But Great game. So check it out. Dang, my thing's actually beeping at me telling me my battery's low, even though it's got 44 minutes. I don't understand it. But so I'll speed this up just in case. Check it out. HD Remake. Import it. It will work on the PS3. The orange box right here comes with 4 games on it. I believe so. The orange box right here. Back of it. Comes with Half-Life 2, Episode 2, Team Fortress 2, Portal series, and it comes with Half-Life 2 and Episode 1. So it comes with all those games already on the disc. Great game. I mainly bought this for Portal because I love Portal series. I'm not really into the Half-Life series, but I know a lot of people love it and people's been begging for a third one. But yeah, check out the Half-Life series. Orange box. It's actually getting kind of rare to actually get a hold of that. Moving on. Here's a great game, another great game that's overlooked by PlayStation. That's PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Basically a Smash Bros. Game, but not Smash Bros. Because anybody who's played this, it's nothing like Smash Bros. There's the back of it. This is a great game and a great attempt for a fighting game exclusive to PlayStation. The only problem was that they didn't spend a lot of time making more PlayStation exclusive characters in this game. There's a lot more other people you could have had in this game to have more montage to the classic of PlayStation than having like Big Daddy and Metal Gear Solid Rising and stuff like that. You had Jumpin' Flash. You had of course, people were going to sit there and say, where's Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon, when I don't understand it, but people don't realize that PlayStation never owned those titles. They were never owned. Those IPs were never owned by Sony. Universal Studios always owned those Spyro and Crash Bandicoot. And then they sold the rights to Activision. Activision owns the rights to Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. So if they had to go to them and buy the rights to be able to make them be able to playable in that game, who knows? They could be complete dicks about it and say you have to pay us a shit ton of money, or not even allow them to use it at all. So, but yeah, play PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. It's an overlooked gem on the PS3. It needs a lot more love than what it gets. All right, last one, and that is Portal 2. Great game, amazing. I was really disappointed when I first bought this, actually, but because $60 for this was not worth it. But still, when I got it later in life, I re-picked it back up. Great game. I just was disappointed with certain things about it. The story's great and a great concept. I just was hoping more in the game, like Portal, where you can create your own levels and stuff like that. For something like this, it should have been a little bit better. But great game still. It's amazing. You can get it dirt cheap now, so that's always better. But yeah, there it is. That's the entire collection. I got one more collection behind me. Hopefully I can get to that at some point. And I'm sorry for the delay of the video. This is just a fun thing I just do on an off time. I'm not doing no schedules or something like that. Just do whenever the heck I can do it. But yeah, thank you for watching. Please leave your comments, thoughts down below. And if you have any suggestions of a video or some ideas or something like that, let me know and I might even talk about it. So yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye.